What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning into my podcast. I am your host, Garnet Glasses. This is a Gamecock football podcast. We dive into the X and O's and the schemes, and we got a lot today. It's going to be an exciting show. The Gamecocks made it back from Atlanta with the victory. New season, starting off with the win. What else do you need to be excited about? And we're about to dive into that game. We're going to dive into it. Now, I can't go over every single play, but I'm going to try to highlight as much as I can. I'm going to show you what I saw, try to share a little what I know. If there's something I missed, if something you disagree with, give me a shout out. Let's discuss it. But before we dive in, please check me out on YouTube. It is free. Give me a like and subscribe. At Garnet Glasses Production is the channel. Again, it's free at Garnet Glasses Production. Give me a like and subscribe. You will find all videos as well as all episodes of the podcast. You can also find me on Twitter or X at Lorenza80. On X, you'll find a whole lot more because there I will share links to other coaches around the country, their coaching clinics, play sheets, play calls from around the country, all the good stuff. If you really love the schemes and the breakdowns and to get into it, I try my best to keep that as updated as possible. Okay, so with that out of the way, it is time to talk some ball. Let's dive into it. Come on, let's pull up the film. All right, guys, first play of the game. Now, this is not an RPO. This is play action off outside zone. Play fake. This is not an RPO. That's play action off outside zone. The offensive line is doing a full slide, faking like they're blocking outside zone. Virginia Tech looks to be in cover 2 with everybody focusing on the fake. Nobody accounts for number 44 in the flat. 1 point for Coach Mike Shula. All right, play number 2. Again, another shift to give us another 2-back look. So this right here is going to be inside zone. So this is going to be a basic inside zone with an RPO tag. You got a front side glance and a backside bubble. And he's just blocking. So what we do here, and what I found interesting, instead of him blocking down like he normally would in zone, he's going to fan, and then the tight end's going to come in and pick up that tackle. It's not a whole lot, but it just gives them enough to think about. Just mixes it up a little bit. So here's your RPO. And what's going on? So Tech looks to be running cover 3. So he's playing outside. He's dropping to his middle. And this guy right here, this is who Lenoris is going to read on the throw. So he comes up on the mesh point, and when he does, there's nobody back here because Harbor's going to release inside. And there's nobody there in that window. So it's a clear, easy throw for him. It's a great job. Again, another point for Coach Shula. The motion. Now in a 2-back set. The fan, the block, the pull, the throw. All right. Play number 3. So this here is some downhill power, if I can learn to speak. So this is a power play. I'll explain something, and you'll see why in just a few minutes why I want to explain this. All right, so if this was gap scheme counter, he'd take what they call a counter step, and then he'd come back inside. Instead, he does what I call as a duo step. I know that's not the correct term, but it's just what I call it. So he's going to slant and get inside, right? Then it slides and get inside. He's trying to get downhill as quick as possible. The thing is, you still have that backside puller, just like you would in counter. That's why power and gap can be so hard to distinguish. That's why, in these cases, I always look at the running back. See the slide inside, boom. Slide step gets inside. Watch it. Slide, inside, go. He's just trying to get downhill as fast as possible. And look, I know everybody wants to be mad at the offensive line. This is a separate topic. Let me slow down a little. And I understand. So here's the thing. Look at the line of scrimmage. You got 8 guys in or near the box. We're in 12 personnel. So we have 7 blockers, but they have 8. So to me, it's not a favorable box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To me, it's just not a good box to run into. Now, I will point out just a few things. So right here, you get a double right here, but then Newsome comes off. And when he does that, he leaves Thompson on the island. And Thompson gets no movement. But I still don't believe there's a whole lot there, even if that was blocked right, because there's just too many hats around the football. Virginia Tech is playing downhill. They're playing to run aggressively. All right, so that's play 3. 1 point for the defense. All right, so far we've seen play action off outside zone, RPO off inside zone, and then a downhill power play. All right, so play number 4. There's your slide RPO. Gamecocks bread and butter in 2024. This was what made our offense click last year. We were so dangerous. We ran the same inside zone over and over, but we had little tweaks and little changes that made it so dangerous. And I'll have a whole video up later explaining all that and highlighting it. So what's going on here? This is just inside zone. Everybody's blocking down, right? Zone blocking down. This is split flow action. So he's going to come over like he's going to block the outside man. But instead of that, when he comes down, he's going to release into the flat. And this is triple action football. Triple option football, pretty much. Lenoris is reading him. He pulls. And there's nobody there. And what the Gamecocks did here to help. So they're going to run a wheel with Jordan Dingle. So he's going to kind of help clear it out a little. But again, there's your slide RPO. This is how Gamecocks were so dangerous in 2024 on inside zone. They essentially turned it into triple option football. Great job, Coach Shula. Another point for him. All right, next play. So here's just basic inside zone. There's no RPO tag. And I don't see no zone read here. So to me, this is just predetermined inside zone. And again, I know everyone's mad at the offensive line, but I want to show you something real quick before the ball snap. All right. So this is what they call the box. This is the box. Virginia Tech has 8 guys in the box. They have 8 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. So there's the ball. There's 5 yards. There's 8 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage inside the box. Additionally, you have the 9th guy right here, the overhang defender, who's cheating towards the box as well. And the reason I don't believe this is a zone read is because Dingle's going to take him, and I don't see him being a read for a pull for the quarterback, not that far away. As for not being RPO, well, that's pretty obvious because there's no pass routes being ran. They're just blocking up top. So inside zone, but again, the defense was all over it. 8 guys in the box. They're aggressively downhill. And look, I get it. I see Henry. He gets off balance and falls. Right there, boom. But the thing is about with the inside zone, and like a lot of the zone plays, right? It's front side A to back side B. So there's a cutback. That's why you see zone. There's a lot you can do with it. So if the defense just takes this whole area, the running back can cut back. That's an option for him. That's the good thing about it. However, there's too many hats. It's just it's a bad box. It's a bad box. I don't like it. Okay, so the next play, we got some downhill power again. Watch the back. Slide step gets downhill really quick. I thought this was blocked well. Very nice run on 2nd and 9. or a really nice run on 2nd and 9. The safety doesn't come downhill. It's probably a bigger gain. And that's just the thing. Watch how aggressive Virginia Tech is playing the run. And one other thing to point out, when the announcers were talking about how Virginia Tech was changing the coverage at the snap, see, they start out in a 2 high, but then at the snap, single high, and he comes down. So they're just changing the picture at the snap for the quarterback. Great job. Great job by Josiah there. He gets 2 guys here, and then he gets back out. Kind of wish, I don't know, maybe would have liked to see him bounce it out right here. You know, maybe like to see him bounce it out. But anyway, either way, still a nice run. Don't want to be too nitpicky. All right. 3rd and 5. Here we go. Here's a little gap scheme counter. Remember how I showed you power earlier? Oh, Lenore, this is such a sweet play. We finally ran it in the red zone. I'm not sure why we didn't do very much of that last year, but we did it here. That's for you, Forverts. All right, so here we go. I'm not sure if this is live. This could just be a decoy. So he's got a bubble here. Lenore's going at, and he's downhill. Again, you still got your 2 backside pullers, just like you did in power. But this go around, instead of him just getting downhill quick as possible, fakes, and then he goes. So you got that counter action. There you go. First drive. You saw a little bit of everything. Overall, Coach Shula won that drive. Great job. Okay, guys. First play for the defense. This is team defense. Now, Monkel Goodwine won't get the stat for this, but he made the play. Watch the double. They can get no movement. They don't get no movement on the line at all, actually. There's nowhere to go. And then DQ coming up from his free safety position finishes the play. So DQ's took Nicky's position. Here you go. There he goes right there. That's free safety. That's the boundary safety, what we call free safety. This is your strong safety, which is the field safety. All right, anyway. Great team defense. Good job, Goodwine. Takes the double. Boom. All right. 2nd and 8. Now we get creased here. This is a really good job by Tech's offensive coordinator with the quarterback draw. See the motion of the running back. So he's going to motion the running back out. When the running back motions out, that clears out the running back. See? Probably didn't need to be. But these guys are young and they'll get it figured out. But he's motioning and he's motioning. They're both coming out. Doing so, we got creased. All right, so 5-yard gain. Goes to 3rd and 3. They get a false start. All right, so 3rd and 8. They got so they bunched to the field, and in my opinion, it was there maybe for whatever reason. Drones locked on that backside slant when I thought he had an easy completion to the field. See number 0 at the bottom. There's nobody around him. Now, would he have made the first down? With Judge there, I'm not sure. But it's still a completion. But drone's locked on anyway. His first throw. 4th and 8. Gamecocks forced to punt. Great job. Great job defensively. And Goodwine, man, Goodwine may be that guy this year. Cisse, great job on coverage. All right, great first defensive drive. Here we go, guys. Drive 2 for the offense. 7-0 Gamecocks. Got a little motion. Split flow inside zone. Nothing there. What happened? Oh, they blitzed. Got to get out of this play, in my opinion. So this is split flow. Inside zone again, our bread and butter last year. Everybody's blocking down. Then he's coming up, picking up that backside. So this is split flow. We saw it earlier on Brady Hunt's big catch. Instead of him blocking, he released. That was slide RPO. Well, now we're going to actually run split flow inside zone. And the tight end is going to work backside and block. However, again, you look at the box. We got 6 blockers. They got 7 defenders. And it's a blitz. And we're literally running directly into the blitz. To me, that's a big no-no. But what do I know? Let me look at there. What is number 50 doing? What is the center doing here? So that inside slant. What is... Okay, so Newsom... Yeah, Newsom's just... So both center and guard was a little too aggressive right there. The D-line slanted. Either way, bad run box. You got to get out of that play. There's no RPO there. To me, that's a design inside zone all day. Split flow inside zone all day. I don't like it. Bad box, and they blitzed, and we ran directly into the blitz. You can't run into the blitz unless it's a draw play. Negative point for Coach Shula. All right, 2nd and 12. What is this? So we got a little gap action. Is that a little gap action? Yeah, you got a guard pulling. So you got a little power here. I think that's a little power play. So you got another power play here. But again, look at the box. I mean, look at the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 7 in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure my math's right. So you got 7 in the box. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 blockers. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. What did Faison do here? Okay. So the backside tackle, Josiah, right? He's got to get over. So he's got a hinge. I call a hinge this. But I don't think he did well enough. I don't know if he did it enough. No. The defensive end did his job. He attacked half a man. That's what you want to do. You want to attack half a man and work him. And he did. Gets inside. Forces a runner to cut back out. Other than that, though, there was push. There was push. There was a little run. There was some room to run. Other than the second level defenders filling. But again, I'm not liking this. They're daring us to throw it. I mean, look at them. They're 4 yards from the line of scrimmage, the backers and the overhang. Look at that. I mean, they are daring us to throw it, and we're just running right into the teeth of it. Yeah, another point for the defense. I don't like it. All right, 3rd and 11. So this looks like quick game. It's quick game footwork. Got a hitch, and then I think you got him coming behind. No, I don't know what shirt he's doing. So looks like he's okay. So he's looking at outside on that comeback or stop route, which Harbor was so good at last year. So that's what he's trying to get him right there. That's where his eyes are. That's what Lenoris is looking at. That's what he wants. However, Virginia Tech looks to be playing inverted Tampa 2 or whatever they call it out west. That their version of the Tampa 2. Good disguise. They're showing blitz. Then everyone drops. And he takes it away. Number 0 with his width. See right here what they call inverted. He's got it. He's underneath. He's underneath. Yep. Looks like Lenoris was set on the boundary. I'm not sure why. I mean, nobody's covering Hunt at all. I'm trying to figure out why he's locked on to the boundary so much. With him dropping like that, he automatically should have went to the field. Now again, I'm not sure how they're teaching this. This could have been predetermined and Harbor all day, but I don't know. See, with number 0, with him widening like that and him going up, I mean, his eyes should automatically come back front side. I'm not sure. Like before he even gets, as soon as he sets his feet, his eyes should work backside. But I don't know. He's predetermined backside. Henry oversets. It's too passive right there. You got to read that sooner. You got to know he's going to try to set you up outside and come back inside. This is your second year starting. You got to know that's what he's going to do. I mean, you see it right there with the footwork. He just oversets outside and gets beat inside. I mean, you can't. I know people want to blame the coach, but that's all player right there. It's your second year starting. You got to see that. But it is game 1. I mean, you got to know he's going to set you outside and work back in. Great job by Faison. They're overloaded us in the middle. Faison takes his guy. Still not sure why he was so set on backside. But hey, he picked up the first down. Again, I'm not sure how he was teaching it. See how Henry, see his feet, he's getting so wide. You're a third year starter. You got to know better than that. Good job by Ba, though. Faison takes him out. Great job. For Virginia Tech, initially it looked covered, but Hunt was wide open. But still, great job by Sellers to get out of trouble there. All right. 1st and 10. Inside zone RPO. So here we go with the triple option again. Slide RPO. I'm not sure why he waited so long to throw it, but hey. But you got to catch that. Again, this needs to be out sooner. This needs to be out now. You got here or here. Even now. You can't be holding the ball. So while it's a drop, part of that's on the quarterback. Again, you got him sitting there. So the slide RPO again, kind of like triple option. The DN crashes. Here's the DN. So he's crashing. Therefore, the quarterback is pulling. That's how zone read works. If the DN crashes, the quarterback pulls. And he crashes. He's down. He's in no man's land. Quarterback pulls. But the thing is, you got him. First down all day. You got to throw this or throw this. I mean, you got two guys wide open. Instead, he's just waiting and holding. All right, 2nd and 10. All right, so here we go. First drop back. 5-step drop. Something South Carolina. This has been a part of South Carolina's offense since 2021 in Satterfield. The underneath drag by the X. This has been a big part of our offense. We've done a lot with it since 2021, but you got to catch that ball. 5-step drop, throw it, boom. Can't get no easier than that. All right, 3rd and 10. All right, so we got another drop back play. 12 person. No, I'm sorry, that's not 12 person. I apologize. What they call Abby. It's what they call Abby in some schemes. So the running back stepped up as a protector. I wish I had a better thing, but we're running a sail, right? So what happened? Right, so he's running a vertical. He's running almost like thumbs, and then he's going to bend it back. And there's your underneath. So this is just a flood. This is just a flood scheme. Virginia Tech was waiting on it. That was one of our big plays last year. We love to throw this with Sellers. Again. So you got to clear out. So he's running a vertical to clear it out. So he's running. So this is almost like a thumb. So he's going to come inside, almost like he's selling it over. And then he's cutting back outside. And then you got the flat underneath. So we're just flooding the zone. But again, Virginia Tech does a great job to defend it and take it away. There's nothing there. Great job by Sellers. Good protection. Take what they give you. Nearly got the first down though. All right, so 4th and 3. All right. Second drive. All right, here we go. Again, no push by the O-line. They got them a little triple option football going on as well. They got the orbit motion. No push by the O-line. Nowhere to go. Good job by Brandon here. On the corner, look at her. Great job. Another team defense. I'm really liking what I'm seeing in this defense. I know I've already seen the game. We know the outcome. But still, watching it now with you guys. Great job by Barrett. But you got to make that play in the backfield, buddy. Oh, he's got him. Look at Barrett. He's got... Oh! And look at Dylan eating 2 blocks. Extending it out. Oh, you got to make that. See, we had it defended well, but just slight mistakes, and they get 4 yards. Actually, no, they got more than 4 yards, didn't they? They got 5. Just a slight mistake. All right, so 3rd and 1. Look at her, no push. Brandon got bullied there. Hate to say it. No push. Nowhere to go, but it's a play fake. 1-on-1 on the outside with Brandon. Can't let him bully you like that. Watch that arm. He's going to push him. Get off me. Ah. But, I mean, that's hard to defend, though. But he was step for step with him, though. I think that was the play. This is the play Judge got hurt. Gamecocks are still who they are. Cover 6, cover 8. A lot of quarters. That's just who the Gamecocks are. We're not a heavy cover one-man scheme. Looks like we are playing press mag on the outside, though. Can't give him that cushion like that. Oof. One thing about Coach White, he stays with that 2 deep Two deep defense. Cover 6, cover 8, cover 7, cover 9, quarters. That's just who Coach White is. See, Judge got him. You just can't let him get that separation. That slight pause. Fortunately, that's where he hurt his knee. All right, 1st and 10. Here we go. Watch how he gets tackled. I'm sorry. Watch drones. Look. Sorry. They kind of fold him. Watch him. How he just folds like a chair. Whoop. All right, 2nd and 10. Good coverage. Good rush. Again, team defense. All right, so we got a little. This is either play fake or RPO. Look at Dendy. Look at that muscle just flipping a running back. Look at her. Not even just all, nonchalant. Spin a running back around like he's nothing. What happened up here in coverage, however? Oh. Kilgore got suckered inside. Oh. Good coverage initially, but you got sucked in. Can't have that happen. All right, let's go. 3rd and 10. Here we go. Let's try to get through this quickly. Here we go. Drop back, play fake. Stewart's just... You can't block him. Can't block him. Drop back in zone. Terrible throw. You got to get down, man. You can't bring that out. You got to get down. Drop. Take a knee. If forward momentum rolls you out the end zone, they'll still give you the touchback. Still a good play. Great job. Another great series by the defense. Let's go. All right, guys. This is the 3rd drive by the offense. Y'all got to keep it up with me. Okay. 2-yard line under center. This is just inside dive. That's all that is. Inside dive. Nobody accounts for number 24, though. Nobody counted for 24. Somebody accounts for 24. You got a decent run here. I mean, look at that. Somebody accounts for this guy. You got a nice gap. You got a decent run. I mean, look at there. There's one guy. What's going on here? I think that's on the center. One guy makes the play. Can be blocked right, and one guy makes the play from the 2nd level. So I'm giving this sack on Sellers. Here we go. 2nd and 10. You're on the 1-yard line. You already know how they're playing. Cover 2 again. Virginia Tech playing cover 2 again. He's dropping back. He's dropping back. All right, so you got cover 2. 2 deep, 5 under. For whatever reason, Lenorse again. Look at his eyes. Once again at the snap. Eyes. Backside. And maybe it was supposed to be a glance. So that might have been a bust, or that might have been a fake just to draw the attention of the defense. Either way, that ball's got to come out. Right here. Quick game. You got him. If you don't like him, throw that. If you don't like him, throw it. Here, let's see if I can show a different version of what I'm talking about. Now, he may have looked backside just to try to fool the defense. We'll do that sometimes because, you know, eyes quickly back, front side. Right here. That ball's got to be out now. That ball should be out right now on him. And again, if you don't like him, this safety's out of position. Again, cover 2, He's your flat. You got all this space right here. Just lay it up. And worst case scenario, you throw it high out of bounds, you live to play another down. But you got two options to the field. And instead, you hold the ball and run into pressure. 1, 2. Out. That ball should be out right now. That ball should be coming. He should be in a throwing motion right now. He should be throwing right here. He should be bullying that ball in there. Now, does it pick up much? I doubt it. But you're probably looking at a 4 or 5 yard gain. He comes down and make the play. But still, now it's third down. You got breathing room. You got a little room to do something. If not, you're giving your punter room to punt the ball, and you're living for the next down. But see, he could have sat there for just a quick another second. But he runs up into the teeth of the defense. But see, this is what I mean right here. See the safety? His eyes are looking the whole time. He's not even paying attention to this guy. Sorry, my mind's blank. The hole shot. That's what it's called. This is called the hole shot in cover 2. If you ever heard him talk about the hole shot in cover 2, that's what this is. That is what this throw would be. This is called a hole shot. You're splitting the corner and the safety. Corner, safety, and you're splitting them, fitting it in the hole. And it was there. Because normally with him running vertical, he's being more aggressive to get over the top. But he's taking his time. His eyes are forward the entire way. So, I mean, that's set up nicely. And instead we get a sack when this could have been a quick throw right here. Boom. Throw it. Get a couple yards. Give you a little breathing room on third down. At least give you some room to try to get your punter a few yards to kick the ball. Or, right here, lay it up and get you a nice little play. If not, it goes out of bounds. You lived for third down. But instead, he runs into the teeth of the defense. Now, not saying the offensive line is without fault. So Newsome here, he gets handled. He just, I don't know if it was nerves, but he just wasn't ready. It's a little too passive here. So, right here, see his stance when he comes off the ball. All right, watch. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Watch his stance right here. Watch him. Wide stance, arms up. That's bad. That's nobody's teaching their offensive line to do that. That's just nervousness. That's just resorting back to trying to just use your pure strength and talent to outwill the next guy. And that's just not going to work at this level. Terrible stance. Ass back, off balance. His legs are even. He's completely off balance. And he pays the price. And he gets worked back. What you want to see him do, take an up kick, foot fire, and punch that guy. Deliver the first blow. You deliver the blow first. As I was told, usually the first person hits wins. But instead, terrible balance, gets pushed back. But still, he's not why the sack happened. The sack happened because the quarterback held onto the ball and ran into the teeth of the defense. It was actually the center's guy who made the sack. Center's got to use his inside hand here, man. What kind of protection are we in? They're sliding. But the guard's got... Alright. Bob's also got to help the center here. Yeah, y'all got to punch. Yeah, this... I'm talking first game jitters, but still... The offensive line wasn't without fault, but that sack's on the quarterback. That ball is supposed to be out as quick as possible. It's a quick game. Step. See, throw. Now. Instead, All right, 1st and 10, Virginia Tech. After the safety. Again, nowhere to run. Good job, Dindy. And Dez. Great job, Dez. Look at her. Offensive line was just outmatched all night by our front. That was very encouraging, which I kind of expected it just because just knowing these guys and their size and strength, I knew they were going to be. My God, Brandon is fast. Look at the nickel blitz. There you go. We got Brandon at nickel. We slid Brandon inside at nickel. I know a lot of us have been waiting for that. There you go. Got the nickel blitz. Look at that speed. God, he is so fast. But look at JT Gear. Oh my God, look at that. Just dump trucked that offensive tackle. Look at that. Just get out of the way, dude. All right, 3rd and 9. Another drop back pass. Oh, this was a penalty. I don't care. Let's get back. All right. What's this, 4th drive? Y'all got to keep it up with me. Help me out here. 4th drive. All right, pin and pull. Good job, Virginia Tech. They're going to just spill it out. Again, look at all that orange in the box. Just not a good in run numbers. What we got? How many we got in the box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the box. Running to the dreadful. Running to the short side of the field. I still look at this play and I wonder if Attaway should have cut it inside here. Not saying he'd have got much, but if he'd have cut inside here instead of bending it out, just kind of wrapped it back inside, he wouldn't have got much, but maybe a little more than he did. Anyway, Virginia Tech again hogging the line of scrimmage. Too many numbers in their favor. All right, got a little more power play for you. I mean, look at them. They're just coming downhill. Now you got a 3rd level defender. This guy. This your 3rd level defender. They are not worried about us throwing the ball. Look at that. Look at him. Right there. He's firing down. We do have a backside bubble. I'm not sure if that's into play. Again, there's just too many orange jerseys to block. I mean, there's a hole initially. But just too many orange jerseys. All right, so after 3-yard gain on power, here we go, 3rd and 6. Here we go with a drop back pass. All right, so this one, again, this one's on Sellers. I mean, just impatient in the pocket. That's actually a good pocket. That's actually a very good pocket. But he doesn't keep his eyes downfield. So he starts to the field. See exaggerated move, how he runs. See the exaggerated movement, how he runs, heads down, then he pops up as he runs into the offensive lineman and just throws up a prayer. I mean, that's a good pocket. Just slide step up, eyes up, and you got him right there. Throw with anticipation. You got that. See, I think there's a better view. Here we go. So I'm not sure why he slides over like. But anyway, Anyway, if he just slides up instead, I mean, that's that right there. Or you got Harbor. I mean, you got two options right here. Plant step. Right here. Hitch. If he hitches instead of jumps forward like that, if he hitches with calm feet, keeping his composure, he throws this. Now, is it a completion because of the referee? I don't know. But either way, it's a closer than what he's trying to do here. See, it's just the over-exaggerated movement in the pocket right there, see? And he just throws it away. It's a good pocket. All you need to do is hitch up, keep his base on him, which he normally, last year he was really good at that. And last year he was pretty good at with the hitching and keeping his balance and his feet ready. But here he's just all out of sorts. I mean, there's nothing you can do here. That's just bad business on the quarterback there. Because if he throws his ball with timing, you got the shot. I mean, I know the referee's in the way, but he's either going to duck or get ran over. If it's incompletion, it's incompletion, but still. Just more so looking at the quarterback's footwork and indecisiveness here. Just not a great play on the quarterback. I'm not sure what happened with him there. He just panicked. He didn't need to. All right. Here we go. Just nowhere to go. Good coverage. Great coverage downfield. Got a little sprint action. Number 7's got some wheels on him for our linebacker, don't he? Sean Murphy. Look at that. That's a linebacker. That's nearly 240 pounds. Great coverage. All right, 2nd and 10. All right, good completion. Just a quick out. Murphy's got to be a little better in coverage there, but still. Good play. Quarterback, quick out. Nice gain to cut it to 3rd and short. All sides, yeah. All right, so here we go with a run play. Good job, Barrett. Great job by Nick Barrett. Get off the double, split it. Get off. Boom. That tight end is no match for Dylan. Look at that. Just no match for him. That is Miles. Okay, watch number 90. No movement on the double. No movement on Devontae. Great job. This does not go in the stat column. Devontae Miles, number 90. 285 pounds. Taking on the double team right here. This will not go in the stat column. But that's a heck of a play by him. Watch it. Boom. No movement. Look at that. Again, great job by the defensive front. All right, 2nd and 9. I think this is a bad call. The ball was tipped. Or was that just a bad throw? No. It's just a bit of a duck. Again, they run the drag. Okay. They're trying to be funny. Here they come with the drag just like we did. Except they complete it. I can't believe they called that a penalty. I cannot believe they called that a penalty. And how is that not a hold on DQ? Dude literally, I mean, you got a ref right here. He just literally slung him. And you got a referee right here. You got another ref right here. And neither one of them has the ability to call that. No, that wasn't DQ. Who was that? Watch it. I mean, how do you... God, look at number 17. That's Justin. Oh, I'm going to just say Justin O. My God, our linebackers are fast. Anyway, BS call. They get away with so much. All right, so a little bit of that veer action. Justin, wow! Look at the power, the speed and power. What? Oh, I'm so excited about this defense. That dude's 240 pounds. Oh, man. Okay, we got Cisse back at nickel. Stewart done scared him. All right, here we go. A little more. All right. Cisse at nickel. Got a little cover one action. I believe that's a little cover one action. That could be one of our cover three calls, but Dylan Stewart's just, I mean, if you're not going to block him. All right, 3rd and 11. Again, defense again. Brian Thomas, my guy. I mean, there was nowhere for the ball to go anyway. Everybody's covered. Again, great coverage, great. I'm telling you, man, I'm loving this defense. I'm excited. Whoo-wee. All right, I done lost track. Whatever drive this is, my bad. All right, 1st and 10. Here we go. Another Abbott. Delay a game. All right, here we go. All right, looks like we're running flood again. Or sail. Yep. So again, you got the vertical release, and then he's going to fake the out or fake the over, and then he's going to come back. And then you got him releasing under. So there's a flood concept again. The flood concept again. See Mazio right here? He's going to run inside. He's going to cut back at about 15 yards and then bend it back outside on the sail concept. And then you got Hunt coming underneath. What happened up front? Protection's okay. Nothing wrong with the protection. No. Alright. Nothing wrong with the protection. Alright. Alright. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Alright. 2 back. RPO again. See, this time around, all right, see the front side glance? Remember this play in the first drive when I talked about backside fanning, him coming inside? All right, so this go around, we just run traditional. He's going to block down, and he's going to block out. So now we just run it traditional. See, same play, we just mix it up. Now he's blocking down and he's blocking. You got the bubble and you got the front side glance. See, just a little change up. Same play. They just add a little tweak there to make it look different. Again, that's all we did last year. We ran the same inside zone over and over and over. We still averaged 5 yards, over 1,200 yards on inside zone when it was the same play for the entire year. Just little tweaks like that on the outside made it look different. Anyway, all right, 3rd and 10, balls tipped. It was there. Good call. The play was there. It was just tipped. All right, 3rd and 10. 2 back again. I thought he panicked a little too soon. What we got here? We're running verticals. Wish I had a better view. Let's see. Do we have a... They're not going to show it to me. Let's go back. I was hoping they were going to show it. I thought this was another vertical concept. Reason why I say, like, he runs a vertical, then he's going to run a vertical, but he bends inside, and then you got your 2 underneath guys. They're there to chip the outside guy, right? And then they're going to release. These guys are going to chip, and then they'll come out and release. He kind of helps, and then he goes out. But you got vertical bender, kind of like a deep post, and then you got a vertical. A lot of times you'll see them come back or him come back and he still runs it deep. Same play, just little tags different. Not sure he needed to rush it as quick as he did, but I don't think there was much there anyway. All right, 3rd and 10, nothing there. All right, so here we go. I skipped the defensive drive. All right. It's got a running back screen set up nicely. See? All right, what's this? 6th drive maybe? Playing aggressively. We run the screen. Good job. All right, 2nd and 2, we're using tempo. I'm not sure why. We went away from it. Boom. See, it's so much easier to block guys. Look at that push. Wow. It's so much easier to block guys when they're not ready. Look at that. Look at the double inside zone right there, baby. Knock his ass out of the picture. Another double right there. Boom. Love it. You could drive a truck through that hole. Look at there. Great job by the offensive line. Great job. Come back, mix it up with power. We come back and we're going to mix it up with some power. Look at there. Blocked nicely again. Great job. Big explosive run. We're mixing zone and power. Mixing up tempo. Why we got away with this, I'm not sure. Inside zone again. Look at there. I thought it was something there. I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like sometimes we look a little timid running it. So we're running inside zone. Now this time we do have the RPO backside. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna run a bubble backside. So you got the bubble backside. It looks like there's something there. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes we're just a little too timid with it. Like, just hit it and go. Get downhill. I don't know. I feel like sometimes we're just not as aggressive on the run as we need to be. And some of the plays don't hit as hard as they should. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to fast forward it. All right, here we go. 2nd and 8. We got the motion. All right, here's counter. You see the counter step? Great job. Good blocked well. All right, so here's counter. What I was talking about earlier with the counter step. Watch that subtle step, and then he's going to come back inside. Here we go. Watch him. See? Step. Now I'm going back inside. Good job by Dingle. They over pursued, too aggressive. They're still coming down hard on the line, but we're mixing up run schemes. We done seen zone, we done seen power, we done seen gap. We're mixing tempo. And we got them on their heels now. 1st and 10. Inside zone read, he pulls it. That's the first zone read pull. 6:27, 6:30 in the 2nd quarter. The first zone read pull of the game. Running what I call Griffin. Backside. All right, so this is what I call Griffin. You'll have to watch my video when I explain all the how we ran inside zone last year. It's the same inside zone run. Same exact runs. They're all blocking. But we do things different. So he's going to arc out. That's what he's doing. He's arcing out. He arcs out for the quarterback. Quarterback pulls. And there's some triple option because now you still got the bubble screen if he wants it. All right, so the zone read with the RPO, which gives you triple option. But I just hate it. The first zone read pull at 6:27 in the 2nd quarter. Did they get us for a flag? Oh, man, come on. I forgot about that. I apologize. Okay, guys, so here's that bad sack. And I reached out to someone who coached in the NFL for 30 years. He was an offensive line coach. He told me it was a waste by the tackle. Instead of him dropping his width, he should have took a vertical drop. So just straight back and then kind of pinched inside to help the line, to help the left guard. What the left guard needed to do was take an up kick and punch this guy immediately. First touch usually wins. So immediately step forward, hit him, boom. Quick step forward and hit him, boom. Vertical step, pinch, pick him off. Because in my opinion, number 65 was expecting help. Because Virginia Tech was doing what I call green dogging, or what they refer to as green dogging, based on what the back was doing. He delay blitz or delay rush the passer or whatever. So in my opinion, he's expecting some kind of help, because you still got to get eyes on him, the mic. But there was none there. And at the same time, see how passive number 65 is? And he's off balance. And 74 is no help. He's just a waste. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm sorry. I don't mean that to sound a bad way. Now, some people say, "Oh, you shouldn't step." You can what they call lose ground, which is what he did. You can take that. You can lose ground on that step, but then immediately upfield kick and punch that guy. You can do that based on the width of this defender right here, and he is pretty wide. He's in a loose 3, so he does have a wide stance. So he can take a what they call lose ground on that step, but then immediately upfield kick and punch this guy. He can do that, and he needs his vertical set and then pinch and fill up this gap. If you do that, you got help, and this allows this guard to also have the ability to focus on, to have not focus, but have an eye on this guy, just in case he decides to run. Instead, he's just giving ground off balance and just gets whooped. That's pretty bad. See, with that step, that's fine. That step, that's fine. He can lose ground, but now he needs to up kick and punch this guy. First touch wins. That's fine. Lose ground, but now up kick and punch this guy. Instead of him going wide, the tackle it is, he needs to vertical set and pinch this gap to help his guard out. They do that, they seal off this gap, and who knows what happens. Instead, it's just bad technique. The offensive tackle was just a waste on this play, and it's a bad sack. All right, so 2nd and 33. We make up for it. Heck of a job by Faison. He is so fast. You see how quick he is? See, that's a counter. You see the counter step? So this is counter play. Watch him. He's going to take that whoop, and then he's cutting back downhill. See? Counter. Great run. That guy can fly for 220, 218 pounds. How they got that spot wrong, but I don't even want to talk about how terrible they were. The officiating was absolutely horrible. It was bad. All right, 3rd and 3. This was a great, this was a great throw by Sellers. She got an out route by Harbor. Is that a short, or that's a short corner? Kind of looks like a short corner. Short corner out, because he's going to bend it inside and then he'll cut back out. Then he's just going to sprint out. Full side block. See, timing, throw. See, Lenoris does that, and it's like, he has the ability. This dude is not Anthony Richardson. He is a pocket passer. This guy is that good as a passer. All right, 1st and goal. Inside zone. Not a lot there. But again, I mean, come on. Look at the box, guys. Look at the box. You got 9 guys in the box. I don't like it. Another point for the defense. Again, you're not giving your offensive line any help there. There's nowhere to run. 9 guys run into a 9-guy box. All right, so we're going to run power. We got the RPO on power. Oh, this is counter. Wait, hold on. What is this? My bad. Yep, so this is power. See the running back's action? But I'm not sure this is an RPO. See, this may just be play action. Yeah, this is play action. This is not an RPO. To me, this is just play action. I see the offensive line. This kind of takes me back to the first play, but Lenore's tripped, so that kind of threw off the timing. The ball should have been thrown behind the line of scrimmage. There was nothing there. That's why they're blocking downfield. All right, so that was just a bust play. All right, 3rd and goal. All right, so a little drop back action. Now this, I don't know, what's a pass? What's a catch and what isn't? I mean, again, another dime by Lenore's. Anthony Richardson don't make these. I cannot believe they compared him to that. This was just a great throw. I mean, so you got 2 follow routes. You got a corner. Oh, not that sharp, but you get my point. Up. So you're bringing them guys in, and you're trying to create leverage in the grass for the throw. And it was a dime. Great play. But again, what's a catch and what isn't? Oh, just great design, great play, great pass. Just that's our quarterback. That's what this guy can do. I mean, he's just layering it. I mean, just the accuracy. All right. Let's go to the second half. All right, first and 10. Got a little pistol. Oh, nope. We got a shift. 12 personnel. Power run. Oh, if he wouldn't have tripped, that's probably a little better of a run if he doesn't trip. Yep, so that's power. Great job. Downhill run. All right, 2nd and 1. What we got? Power again. Great vision. Not a lot there. Again, look at the box. Look at the safeties. They're just playing so close. And I want to talk about something at the end of this. All right. He did get it, though. All right, 1st down. So, y'all just heard me just now. Back on that. Let me go back to the 2nd and 1. Remember what I said? Look at the safeties. Look at how they're playing. Look how aggressive everybody's been playing downhill. All right. Here you go. Here's what happens. Again. Look at the safeties. Within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. You're one-on-one outside. At some point, Virginia Tech had to believe we were going to take a shot. I mean, to me, their hubris got in the way here. I mean, you had to expect we were not just going to sit back and continue to bang our head against the wall over and over. At some point, you had to know we were going to try you. I mean, listen, I'm a big fan of Coach Pry. I think that's how you say it. I think he's a very good defensive mind. I'd say he's probably top 15, maybe top 10 defensive mind right now in college football. But what was that, Coach? Was that you or your new assistant? I mean, come on, you had to know. If you kept testing us, we were going to try you. And to try you, we did. And again, there's Sellers. There's that man. I mean, look at this. what's that? 55 yards downfield in the basket. 55 yards downfield in the basket. Now, I know the count throws on the line of scrimmage, but I'm just talking about where he releases the ball. So let's just say he's from the 30. 10, 20, 30, 40. So the 20-yard line would be 50. So about 54 yards downfield in stride in the basket. That's our quarterback. All right. That's the game, folks. Anything I miss, anything you want to see, just let me know. I'm very excited about the defense this year, but I'm also excited about what this offense can be. All right, guys, that was the game. I'm so excited for the defense and what they can do. Oh, man, I'm very excited. Offensively, we got the pieces. There's some things there. And look, I'm not going to get too which away about it after game one. It sort of fell in place with how all the other openers have been under Coach Beamer. Extremely bland, extremely just hard-headed, just run into a brick wall. Not a lot of creativity. Just, hey, mano a mano, can you stop us? It's pretty much what it's been every game. And then it's changed as the season went on. So I'm not going to get too stressed about it. To me, it's just how Coach does his opening games. And this year was a lot smoother and a lot better. If you go back and watch every opener up to now, this year was entirely different. A lot smoother. And I know it didn't look that way. We still had over 150 yards rushing. But just, I don't know, the operation was smoother. The things just looked better despite what we were doing. But again, to me, it just falls back to what Coach Beamer does in his opening games. I'm not sure why. Could be a little cat and mouse. Could be a little sportsmanship. Whatever. Either way, man, we got the dub. Let's get ready for next week. Go Gamecocks.